guys, welcome to CRPS Diaries. It's been a minute again, but I haven't up until now had much to update you all on. I do have some updates now. I think I mentioned in my last video that I'd be needing surgery again, and I'm finally booked in for that. That is to get the hardware removed from my left foot, which is the CRPS foot, because the surgeon mistakenly drilled a screw through my sesamoid bone. So the hardware needs to come out. Unfortunately, I might not have needed another surgery. Sorry, I'm going to adjust here a bit. Let's see this way. I might not have needed another surgery had that not happened. But anyway, I'm booked for September 16th now, so it's coming up quick. Ugh. And like we're up on 2 years now of me having surgery after surgery after surgery. I think this will be my 9th surgery in 2 years. I'm just trying to count them all. I had failed colectomies, I had a failed fusion, hardware out of both feet, another fusion. Oh man, I can't even count. I think there was 9. I also had like a partial Nissan fundoplication done, which is for a hiatal hernia and acid reflux. So that was fun. Not. That meant a stay in the hospital. That was awful too. So yes, so I'm finally booked for the surgery. My foot is still hurting so bad, as always. Like, I can walk a bit in the morning, but the more I walk, the more pain I'm in really quick. So that's where I'm at with my foot. So having another surgery on it isn't, it's a little scary because it can spread, right? And the medical world doesn't know about CRPS, so it's definitely scary every surgery I have, whether it be on the CRPS side or not, it can spread. So there's that. I think I talked last about still battling to get a wheelchair, a power wheelchair, and I'm still in that, but I've moved forward a bit. I finally got all the paperwork from the OT, and then there was a battle to get a proper doctor's note from my surgeon saying that I needed, a power wheelchair. Now, he wasn't against me getting a power wheelchair at all. In fact, he supported it. But the first letter he sent me was terrible. It would have sabotaged my situation rather than help it. So then I had to, I wouldn't say fight, I don't know what the word is, but it's the only word I know to use. I had to fight to get a proper letter from him, a detailed letter that he's backing my situation, and here's why. Because the first letter was basically, patient developed CRPS after a surgery, and it's I don't know if and when it'll get better, which would totally sabotage my case. So I finally got a way more detailed letter from him, but in order to do that, I had to talk to an OT that he set me up with on the phone, and I told him I already am dealing with an OT. I've got the whole support from her. I've been assessed, all of that. But he said he had to do it his way, so it takes a lot longer. And but it turned out to be that it was the OT was in the same office as the OT I was dealing with. So because of that, she just deferred to my OT that I'm already dealing with, and I got the letter. But it wasn't easy because the surgeon was going on holidays, and I had to try and get after them and after them and after them to get this letter before he went on holiday. And it actually ended up being, he actually came in on his first day of holidays to the office to write my letter for me because I gave him a proof he needed, even though I already had it. It's like crazy. Oh my word. And it's basically was just to cover his own butt in case, the insurance company phones and questions him. So the letters are done. The wheelchair and specs and everything are in to the insurance company. The doctor's note I sent in after the fact, but I sent it. And now it's waiting for the insurance company to decide. And they say it's a 7 to 10 day, timeline, business 10 days, 7 to 10 days, to decide whether I will qualify for a power wheelchair, whether they'll cover the cost of it. And then after that, then I have to send in the actual claim, like buy the wheelchair, which will probably take a couple weeks to come in, and send in the claim and hope that they still stand by their decision if they approve me. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you guys, I got so emotionally drained from it all. The constant chasing them down. Like the AADLOT was always off work, so it was very hard to get anything done in timely manner. Her schedule didn't match with the schedule of the medical supply store lady. And so that was clashing all the time and holding things up. It was just brutal. And then with the surgeon, I saw the surgeon in person. I talked to him about the note. He said, call my office, I'll give you whatever I want, or whatever you want, because he didn't have time to write one on the spot in as much detail as I needed. I call his office, and then he's saying, no, I'm not doing that until, I didn't diagnose her with rheumatoid, and it's like, but you're treating me for it, and you said you would give me the note. Oh, God, I was probably in tears a couple times, and I don't cry easy. It was so frustrating and so exhausting. And then the surgeon wanted me to come in for another appointment to discuss it with him, and I refused because I said I already discussed it with him. This is what he told me to do. This is what I'm doing, calling his office. And thankfully the girls at his office are really, really nice. They were great, thankfully. So yeah, it was just absolute nightmare to get this far, and now I have to wait on the insurance company. I could very easily be turned down anyway for coverage. A couple other updates. This past 2 weeks, my husband I don't work, but my husband was on holidays. So he went away for a week to Ontario, so I was on my own, and I spent almost my entire week at doctor's appointments and testing, and I still have more to go. It just is never freaking ending. I had to go see my GP for because of my kidneys. I had mentioned that in my video that I really needed to see my GP about my kidneys because they're still bothering me. And all the blood work came back normal. I had to go for blood work and urine tests and all that done. So that took up my time. And all the blood work was normal, but the urine tests weren't. So come September, I've got more appointments. I have to go for a follow-up with my GP regarding the testing, and I'm also still awaiting, I have to go for another barium swallow. I hate those things. Oh, I hate them because of my esophagus, and I have globus sensation where you feel like you have a lump here all the time, and it chokes me all the time, especially in my sleep. It's waking me up. So now I gotta, and I mentioned earlier in the video, I had to have a partial Nissan fundoplication done and a hiatal hernia fix. Well, I don't know what's next. I'm guessing I'll probably have to have a scope down my throat and get it stretched, but the barium swallow will show if they can see anything going on. Oh my God. And that surgeon that does that, he's a general surgeon. I can't stand him. He's a very good surgeon, but he's mean, and he has humiliated me on numerous occasions, like really humiliated me. So to have the thought of having to go back and deal with him is really stressful. So yeah, when you're dealing with autoimmune disease, it's never ending. And now the CRPS makes everything worse, more complicated. Most CRPS is an autoimmune disease as well. So it acts just like one. Makes everything more painful, I'm just exhausted really easily. Going through all this testing is emotionally, mentally, and psychologically draining, and dealing with the doctors and always having to advocate. And just sometimes I just don't feel like I have the energy to. Yet again, my GP refused to do some extra thyroid testing on me that I'm asking for. Oh, we don't do that unless your regular tests show up something. I'm thinking, well, why not? What is, you people don't take women's issues seriously. It's brutal. The medical world does not take us seriously as women. At least where I am, it's bad. So I got some of the testing, but I couldn't get what I really wanted to get done. Anyway, yeah, so those are the updates. Surgery on the 16th. It's typically an easy surgery and quicker to recover from. At least they tell me that. But I didn't find the last one that easy to recover from. And now I have CRPS, so I'm not expecting it to be an easy, short recovery, especially being it's on my CRPS foot. That said, I can't walk anyway much, so there's that. And just on one more note, I actually found the courage to go out over our holiday time once with my husband. He took me out in my manual wheelchair for a walk. The weather was so nice, and I'm feeling trapped in the house because I can't walk. And so I bit the bullet and pushed through the fear of going out in my wheelchair with my husband. And it was hard. It was really hard because the walk we did, or the walk he did, and me in my wheelchair, I used to do that and more on a daily basis on my own, just walking, and now I can't. At one point, my husband and I went to the mailbox and back, which is just like, slightly around the corner from us. It's barely a walk. And I put my boot on and I took my crutches, and I could barely do that. So it's really hard. It's reality when you go in a wheelchair, and you used to be able to do this walk, just walking. And I can't walk anymore because of the CRPS. So I was glad to get out in the weather with him, but it was hard. I might show a clip of the video. I look awful in it, but the wind's blowing my hair and everything. But I did take a little video clip of my husband walking me in the wheelchair, and he's 6'8", so the poor guy has to like bend over to push the wheelchair, It sucks. But anyway, I'll end this now. There is hope, and hope is a good thing. See you in the next one. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the bell if you want to be notified of future videos.